Good morning, 6th grade scholars. It's Miss Childers, and you are watching the video for standard EE8, which deals with graphing inequalities. Good luck. Okay. The first thing that you need to know when you're graphing inequalities is you just need to be able to identify the 4 types of inequalities. We talked about how the side that comes to a point is the smaller side. So the smaller number should always be on the side that comes to a point. This is the less than side. So when it comes to reading the inequalities, we read left to right, and if you come to the point first, then you are dealing with less than. Less than. Now, the line underneath it makes this less than or equal to. Okay? Now, as I'm sure you probably guessed, these will be the opposite. The big open crocodile mouth is on the left, since we read left to right. This one is going to be greater than. And the same thing that was true over here, the line on bottom makes it greater than or equal to. Okay? Now, the reality is that you kind of just need to memorize this. You can, there's tricks that you can use, like the pointy side is on the left, therefore they're less than, the big side is on the left, therefore they're greater than, but basically you just need to memorize that. The next part of this standard comes with actually graphing inequalities. 0, 1, 2, -1, -2. When we graph inequalities, we're always going to be using the 4 inequalities. Okay? So, what you need to be aware of is that if there is an equal sign, your dot needs to be colored in. If there's not, it stays open. Okay? With all of these, just like there's an arrow kind of being formed in the sign, you're going to have to attach an arrow to your dot. So for example, if we said x is greater than 1, I look right here and I'm like, okay, well 1 is my number. This greater than, here it is. Oh, that's an open circle. So I draw a big open circle on 1, and x has to be bigger than 1. X must be greater than 1. So I draw an arrow to show all the numbers greater than 1. That arrow means it goes on forever because if my number line got extended and it kept getting bigger and bigger, this arrow makes my graph get bigger and bigger as well. Okay, so another example in my number line, 0, 1, -1, -2, -3. Okay, if I said that x is less than or equal to 0, okay, first thing I need to do is find the matching inequality. Less than or equal. Here it is, right here, less than or equal to. My dot is colored in. My number is 0, so I color in my dot. X needs to be less than or equal to. I already did the or equal to, it's colored in. So numbers less than 0. Well, the numbers to the right are bigger, so my arrow needs to go to the left. Okay? Now that is your primary use in graphing inequalities. You need to memorize the pictures, you need to know which is which, and you need to memorize which ones have open circles, which ones have colored in circles, And then you just kind of follow the pattern. X is greater than 1, open circle, and bigger than 1. Greater than means bigger, so my arrow goes to the right. X is less than or equal to 0. Less than or equal to is a colored in dot. On 0, I need numbers that are less than 0, so that is to the left. Those are the main things you need to know in order to succeed at Standard EE8, Graphing Inequalities. There is a worksheet for you to practice graphing, and then there will be a quiz ready for you. Just let me know when you're ready.